You've just stepped into the only place where Hornets sting, Panthers growl, and 49ers try not to blow a fourth quarter lead. Welcome to the Buzz and Roar Show, hosted by a guy who loves sports named Ethan. We're talking Queen City sports with just the right amount of bias and way too much caffeine. Let's get it going.
Welcome to the Buzz and Roar Show. If you are on Spotify, then hit the subscribe button to my YouTube channel called capital E Ethan, capital T Z, and capital B Broadcaster. And if you're on YouTube, follow me on Spotify, Buzz and Roar Show, linked in the channel bio or description of this video. Before we start, I'm doing a little fun game from now on that either includes just me or me and one of my viewers that I'll be doing from now on before every single episode of the Buzz and Roar Show. Today it's with the viewers. So one game for this viewer that is on the call with me right now. Every single episode. So yeah, I have a viewer with me now. He can't hear me right now, but he will hear me in a second. He asked me to call him Chicken David James. That is his YouTube channel name. He doesn't post on there, but that is his YouTube channel name. And he didn't want me to use his actual name, so we will be calling him Chicken David James today. If you would personally like to be a part of this short and fun game to get us started every day, I won't exactly guarantee you will. I will try my best, but I won't exactly guarantee. But if you do, email me at all lowercase ethanthebroadcaster@gmail.com or click the email page in my YouTube channel's main description. Anyways, let's go ahead and start it off now. Hello. Are you there?
I am here. I'm right here.
Okay, well, this is a game I like to call the Week 1 QB Challenge. Okay, here's how it works. Here's how it works. I'm going to give you a year from 2019 to 2023. Your job is to name the Carolina Panthers starting quarterback in Week 1 of that season, and you have 10 seconds to make your guess.
Okay, I think this should be pretty easy. But go for it.
So, are you ready? Do you understand the rules?
I understand.
All right, here we go. 2019 is the first one. In 3,
I know that.
2,
I know.
1, go. You have 10 seconds.
Okay, I think it was Cam, but I knew he was roughed up, so there was Kyle Allen and Taylor Heineke that year, but I'm still going to go with Cam that year.
So your final guess is Cam Newton?
He sure is.
Okay, that is correct. So you are 1 for 1. Cam Newton was the starting QB in the year of 2019. Now,
I knew it.
Let me scroll up here. 2020 season.
Oh, the COVID year.
Yes, the COVID year. It's crazy how we just think of it as the COVID year now. 2020 season, you have 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1, go.
That's Teddy Bridgewater.
Oh, yes, you are correct in like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Oh, correct.
I know my Panthers ball.
Oh, well, apparently you do. So you are 2 for 2. By the way, you win nothing. Just to put that out there.
Not even a high five. Not even a cookie.
I can't high five you through the screen. I'm sorry.
Not even a cookie.
No, I can't give you a cookie through the screen either. 2021 opener.
Ooh, okay.
Who was the quarterback? 3, 2, 1, go.
Sam Darnold.
Oh, you got that quicker than Teddy Bridgewater.
Sure did. Let's see if I can get this next one quicker, because I already know the next one.
Oh, well. 2022. Brand new quarterback. Who was it?
Baker Mayfield.
A little slower, actually, because I clicked a timer a little earlier, but I think you did get it quicker. Good job. Then, this one should be the easiest one. He sure didn't.
Huh?
This next one and the last one should be the easiest one. 2023. Yep. 3, 2, 1, go.
Bryce Young.
That was easy. I mean, you got it in half a second. Well, thank you for joining the Buzz and Roar Show.
You're welcome. I expect that cookie in my mail by tomorrow, and if I don't get it, I will scream.
You're not getting the cookie. Anyways,
Well, I'm gonna scream.
thank you for joining the Buzz and Roar Show.
Thank you for watching the Buzz and Roar Show, and I'll see you next time.
Well, I'm not watching it. Anyway, I think that guy got confused. But um yeah, so that's basically a gist of what I'm doing. He got 5 for 5 and didn't win anything. If I start getting money from this, I could give y'all $1,000 for goodness sakes. Um sorry. But that's basically what I'm going to be doing. So it could either be me blind ranking mascots myself or a random viewer blind ranking mascots. I don't know. I don't exactly know how it's exactly going to work, but sometimes it involves just me. Sometimes it involves me quizzing my viewers. Anyways, let's go ahead and start the episode off with Charlotte 49ers football. Charlotte 49ers football, okay? The question is that I'm going to be talking about, what's the ceiling and floor for them this year? Okay, what's the ceiling and floor for them? And I'm going to be completely honest. In my complete and personal honest opinion, the floor is 1-11. Okay. And the floor and ceiling that I'm about to talk about both have to do with the offense, funny enough. But the floor is 1-11. Okay. It's and I wrote down on here, it's very possible. Okay, it really is. It's extremely possible that Charlotte could hypothetically go 1-11 this year. Especially, here's the offense part, with the loss of Max Brown. Okay, the offense will look completely different. And if they can't adjust to the style of play Connor Harrell plays, then I think 1-11 is a very possible assumption. Now the ceiling is weird because I have them jumping up just in one ceiling to 8-5. Because if everything goes well, Connor Harrell does as well as he says he will, and the offense adjusts to the run game a little better than expected, 8-5 is a extremely possible, especially with the games that they play, that, to be honest, because of their conference, aren't the hardest games. Besides, and don't correct me yet because I was about to bring this up, besides UNC and Georgia. Besides UNC and Georgia, Charlotte has a pretty easy schedule. And so if everything goes well, Connor Harrell does flawlessly, I don't really know how this team couldn't do great. Okay, Connor Harrell could go 8-5 with this team. He really could. And if this coach adjusts the playbook, if this offensive coordinator makes the team wonderful with this new style of play Connor brings. And let's talk about the defense too. If the defense, they lost a couple people last year too. If the defense changes a little bit, if the defense adjusts to their losses perfectly, I think they're not going to be worse. Okay, they're not going to be worse than what happened last year. They're just going to be better. They're just going to be way better. Okay, because Connor Harrell is a wonderful quarterback, and that defense has got some great players. And so, truth be told, I think it could be wonderful. All right, we could see a wonderful year from this Charlotte 49ers football team. We really could. It could be an incredible year if they just do what I've been talking about, truthfully, the past 2 episodes as well. If Connor Harrell and this offense adjusts to the run game a little better than expected. If they adjust to the run game a little more. If they adjust to that run-type offense that Connor Harrell plays in that UNC didn't really let him do because Omarion Hampton was there and they didn't like to run with the QB. They liked to run with Omarion Hampton. But, I mean, in my opinion, the floor is 1-11. This is not like an ESPN thing either. This is completely my opinion. The floor is 1-11. That's when everything goes wrong. Once again, Max Brown, they lost him. Let's say he brought in some amazing stuff and they just can't adjust well to it. And the defense, their losses, if they can't adjust well either, I think 1-11 is extremely possible. But of course, nobody wants to see that. So I'm hoping that everything adjusts perfectly and we go 8-5. 8-5 would be wonderful. Now, if you watched the last Buzz and Roar show, I actually have them going 6-6. Okay? I do. I have them going 6-6. But that doesn't take away the fact that 8-5 isn't possible. Okay, it really doesn't. It doesn't. It doesn't take away the fact that 8-5 isn't a possibility, at the very least. However, there wasn't much to talk about Charlotte 49ers football. There's actually a little less to talk about for each of these teams today. So it might be a little shorter of an episode or longer, depending on how into it I get. Last video I got really into it, so I just recorded for so long. However, let's move on to Charlotte 49ers basketball. Here we go.
Now that we've set the stage for the 49ers on the gridiron, let's switch gears and hit the hardwood with the Charlotte 49ers men's basketball team. What's brewing in their camp for the upcoming season?
Charlotte 49ers basketball. Okay, there's a chance that I kind of feel in my bones this team could go all the way to the NCAA tournament. They could be a Cinderella team this year. But hypothetically, if that does happen, who will lead them there? Who will be the leader of the Charlotte 49ers basketball team that will lead them to a tournament season? Okay, who will lead them to a tournament season? Well, last season, if you look at his stats, it was obviously Nick Graves. And I'm predicting it to be him again, okay? It's going to be him again. Last season, he had 17.5 points per game, 4.3 rebounds per game, 2.7 assists per game, and 41.7 field goal percentage. And truthfully, he's not going to get worse. He's in his junior year last year. He's going into his senior year, and he could be averaging 20 points this year if he really develops correctly. If he develops correctly, he's not getting any worse, okay? I'm sorry to tell you, for people who don't like Charlotte 49ers basketball, maybe you like the rivals of us or something like that, but Nick Graves is not getting any worse, okay? He is once again going into his senior year, and he's just going to develop more. Okay, he's just getting better. I don't see him getting any worse at all. And I mean, another thing is, if he does get worse, I will be completely shocked. Like, I will be truthfully and utterly shocked if he gets worse. Because, like I've already said, last season he had 17.5 points per game, 4.3 rebounds per game, 2.7 assists per game, 41.7 field goal percentage, with the best stats on the entire Charlotte 49ers team. And once again, he's not getting worse. He isn't. If he develops correctly, he puts in that training, he does all the stuff correctly this offseason to just get better and better and better and better and better, he is going to be an absolute dog. Okay, he is going to be wonderful for this team if everything goes well. Okay, and that's just, once again, honestly, he is going to be wonderful. Just wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. He really is. I mean, let's put it this way. Nick Graves, in his freshman year, was at the bottom of the mountain. But then the offseason, he develops a little, which leads him to his sophomore season. He's like at the halfway point of the mountain. Okay? He's at the halfway point of the mountain now. But look at this. He's slowly climbing up that mountain in his sophomore offseason. Now, in his junior season, he takes a big leap, and completely redefines Charlotte basketball. His season, he redefines him overall. And so now in his junior year, he's at the tippy top of the mountain. But here's the problem. There's a couple things that would lead him to get knocked off that mountain and go way back down to where his freshman year was. Let's say, he developed wrong. Whoa. Oh, he got injured in practice. Oh, he didn't put in the work. However, if he puts in that work, all he's going to do is have to climb that bridge at the end of the mountain that leads straight up. I don't know why I keep doing the mouth sounds. But if he develops correctly, he's going up. If he puts in that work, he's going up. He's going to take that plane, that helicopter on the top of the mountain and go. You see what I'm getting at here? I don't see him getting worse. I just don't. Because I think he is going to put in that effort. Like, I think, and this is kind of a hot take here, but I think this guy could be one of those people who's a shocking NBA draft pick. Like, this guy is crazy good. And maybe not a draft pick, okay? There's only 2 rounds in the draft. If there was 7 rounds in the NBA draft, I would say definitely he's getting drafted. But if there's only 2 rounds in the draft, he's going to be an undrafted free agent if he really puts in the summer league work or the summer off-season work and makes people see him. But what I'm getting at is that if he lets people know, I'm not here to play around, I'm here to get to the NBA, I think Nick Graves could be someone who we see being 6th man of the year later on in his career. Or maybe even like in the run for any other awards. And I mean, he's a good player. I mean, he really is. He's 6'3", 195 pounds. Like, he's a hefty guy, too. And I mean, the guy behind him, and this is kind of where I got shocked here, okay? Because the guy behind him, and listen clearly, Charlotte 49ers basketball stats. I didn't mean to close out this tab. The guy behind him in stats, his name is Giancarlo Rosado. And if I can get to it, I would like to... Giancarlo Rosado, ESPN stats. Okay, here we go. Okay, yeah, that's just, I was about to prove my point, and I apparently am going to prove my point, because that just helped me a ton to prove my point. Nick Graves, the guy in number 1 on the team in stats, 6'3", 195 pounds, 17.5 points a game, 4.3 rebounds a game, 2.7 assists per game, 41.7 field goal percentage a game. The guy behind him, now this guy's real taller than him. Okay, he is 6'8", 240 pounds, and he's leaving this year because he's a senior. But he's only got 11.7 points, 5.8 rebounds, 3.3 assists, and 51% shooting. Now you may be wondering, the rebounds and assists and field goal percentage. Giancarlo Rosado shot less. And Giancarlo Rosado is almost 7 foot tall. He's going to get more rebounds. You don't even have to try if you're 7 foot tall. You just gotta put your hands in the air and it'll just fall into your arms. Okay? But 6'3", 195 pounds and still getting 4 rebounds, still getting 3 assists, still getting 8 more points a game on average than the guy behind him on the team is kind of crazy to me. Okay, it really is. It's kind of crazy to me. And so I don't see I don't see Nick Graves getting any worse. I really don't. I don't see him getting any worse. I just see him getting better, and better. I do. I see him getting better. And, I mean, truthfully, I'm just being, once again, completely honest. I really do. He's getting better. Not worse, but better. So, yeah. That's kind of all I have to say for Charlotte 49ers basketball. It looks like I did go on a yap session and extended it a little more. However, that's the good news about having a podcast and like to talk. I can talk about sports all day on a podcast if I wanted to. I could be Pat McAfee and just spend my life talking about sports. That's actually kind of what I want to do with my life. I want to be a broadcaster. So, I mean, actually, yeah, that is what I want to do. Anyways, let's transition. I don't know what I'm talking about. That was random. Anyways, transition to Charlotte Knights before I go crazy.
Speaking of Charlotte basketball, it's time to step outside the gym and onto the diamond with the Charlotte Knights. These AAA baseball guys are bringing some fresh energy to town. Let's break down what's going on with our hometown team.
Oh my gosh, that was crazy. Charlotte Knights, okay, we talked about them last episode, which was about a week ago. I mean, every episode there's one episode a week, so yes, it was a week ago, but it was a little over exactly a week because I kind of got caught up in other videos. However, there's 2 things to talk about. But first, last week I said Corey Lee, the Charlotte 49ers, one of their best players. Corey Lee was going to hit another home run. I said this. I just made a complete and utter prediction. I said Corey Lee is going to hit another home run after his quote-unquote 2-run homer night against Nashville. Guess what he does? Corey Lee hits another home run against Nashville after his 2-run homer night. So I was correct. He did. Insanity how I predicted that correctly. But the weird part is that we still ended up losing that game in extra innings, which was insane. And I watched that whole thing. I mean, like, I loved watching that game. You know what's funny? I actually was recording a YouTube short to post on this video. I don't know if anyone remembers it, but a while back, I posted a YouTube short of the of quote-unquote this girl on her phone. Why are you even at a baseball game if you're on your phone so much? Okay? I always make my funny or just any YouTube shorts in my closet with this mic right here. I don't know if you recognize it. This mic, and then this is how you connect it into your phone. Bang, it's so useful. We were leading by 5 runs. 5 runs in the top of the 10th. It was either 4 or 5. The Nashville broadcaster's going like, and Charlotte hit another. I can't believe this. Charlotte hit another. Oh my gosh. They're winning by so much. I don't even know if we can come back. And I was so happy. I had it on this monitor right here. And then I'm just like, because I have it right here on my desk, this mic set up, and I just go, oh my gosh, these girls are on their phones. I'm about to go make a funny video about it, but not offensive, because offensive is mean, and I'm not offensive. So I go into my closet, and in my mind I'm thinking, like, before I even walk into my closet, I actually say it out loud because it was like 10 p.m. at night, and I just wanted to, and I was just talking to myself. I talk to myself a lot. And I literally say, I swear, like, this is quote on quote. I said, I swear, if Nashville comes back by the time I'm out of this closet, I am going to go crazy. I walk in the closet, record a 60-second YouTube short, walk back out, and I look at the score. Nashville's tied the game. And I don't exactly know how. I mean, at all, actually. Like, I don't. That was the most shocking night of my life. Like, I walk in the closet, make a 60-second video, 1 minute of my life, then they come back. And it was hilarious, truth be told. I mean, like, it was, but it was also unbelievable. It was just unbelievable. I'm trying to find the game. When was it? It was... Oh yeah. So, right here, the box... So, Charlotte loses in the 11th inning, 14-13. No one scored. First inning, it was 2-2. Second inning, 2-2. Third inning, 2-2. Fourth inning, 7-5. Fifth inning, 7-5. Sixth inning, 8-5. Seventh inning, 8-5. Yeah, and then once we get to the 10th inning, it was 5, 6, take away 5, that's 8. So then it was 8 so we get into extra innings, it was 8 to... I'm trying to think, I'm not very good at math. 8 to... minus 8 to 10, that's not correct. But anyways, basically, we were leading by 4. We scored 4. It was a tie game going into the 10th. We scored 4 runs. Look at this. I don't know if you can see it very clearly. Hold on, let me lower my brightness down a little. Maybe that'll help. Did that help at all? It actually kind of did. Do you see it right there? Going into the 10th. It's very small, but going into the 10th. Oh, by the way, Spotify viewers, you guys can't see this, but YouTube viewers, you can. Going into the 10th. Right there. We were leading by 4. This is the part where I walk into the closet. I see we're leading by 4. It goes to commercial break. I'm like, okay, we won. I come out the closet. They score 4 runs. Unbelievable. Okay? Unbelievable. Then the 11th inning, we score another. Then they score 2. They win 14-13. It was unbelievable. Like, I cannot tell you how shocked I was. And you want to know what's funny about all this? That's not even what I was supposed to be talking about this whole time. Let's go to the real thing I was supposed to be talking about. The Rochester series that we're in right now. Charlotte is 51-54 after the win against Rochester. Rochester, I think. I'm going to say Rochester. It sounds a little better anyways. Rochester 4-3 last night. But it's a 4-game series, so there's still 3 games to play. And to be completely honest with you, every Knights fan, including myself, wants them to win this series. Like, completely win out the series. Win the next 3 games. Because they are 51-54, as I said a second ago. And if they win these next 3 games, they would put them to .500 and give them a big momentum shift, like massive momentum shift to possibly make these upcoming playoffs. I mean, it is just it is a question of whether they do win these next 3 games at this moment in time. The next 2 is against Rochester. The third one is actually... See, I looked at this a minute ago. It's actually not against Rochester. I thought it was. I wrote it down as the next 3 games are Rochester, but I was wrong, and I'm sorry about that. Because it's one game against Rochester August 2nd at 6:05. One game against Rochester August 3rd at 5:05. Then we play Syracuse at 6:35 p.m. on the road. So we just winning these next 3 games against Rochester, and then Syracuse would be wonderful towards trying to make the playoffs in these upcoming weeks. Okay, I couldn't exactly tell you when the AAA playoffs. I couldn't exactly tell you when the AAA playoffs is. Tuesday, September 23rd. That's not that long away. That's next month. Okay, that is next month. And I mean, if we want to get to that spot, we really need to start playing good and playing good quick. That's kind of just that. We need to play good and play good quick. Because we need to finish this season strong. Like, it starts now. Like, it starts today. Today at 6:05 p.m. It starts today. Starts today. Okay, it does. It really does. It starts today, whether we make the playoffs or not. If we can win out a ton of these upcoming games, then we're making the playoffs. But if not, I genuinely don't know if we are. Which is sad, because I genuinely don't know. However, that's all I have to say about the Charlotte Knights. Let's move on to the Charlotte Hornets. There's only 2 more things to talk about. I told you this was going to be a shorter episode. We're only 30 minutes in, and I'm almost kind of done. Actually, I'm kind of not done, because there's a couple more things to talk about inside it. Anyways, professional sports. Here we go.
Sticking with Charlotte sports, let's jump over to the Hornets and see what's going on with them in the NBA world.
You do that? Oh, I was dancing on camera. I just realized that. I didn't even mean to do that. Charlotte Hornets. Horts. I just said the Charlotte Horts. Wow. The Charlotte Hornets. Not the Charlotte Horts. The Charlotte Hornets. This is a pretty simple question. Okay? It really is. I mean, it's a pretty simple question. The question is, because we have not had a quote-unquote good season the past couple of years. But the question is, will we improve? Will we improve? Okay. Will we improve? That's not... Okay. I'm sorry. I was looking at some. I have the transactions up right now. The NBA playoffs ended in late-ish June. We got Liam McNeely, acquired Colin Sexton, got Jalen Sims, got Josh Okogie, who will start next year. He was injured. Oh wait, no, we just waived Josh Okogie. Okay, but we got Spencer Dinwiddie, got Pat Connaughton, got Con Knipple, Liam McNeely, Sion James, and Ryan Cockburn. Okay, so this is where I want to see. So this is kind of where I wanted to get to. The July dates because we're talking about the offseason acquisitions. Okay. Real quick. On July 3rd, 2025, we signed Con Knippel, Liam McNeely, Sion James, and Ryan Cockburner to rookie contracts. We've already talked about how good those 4 guys were in the Summer League. So, I mean, I don't even need to say anything. We've already talked about that. I mean, it was absolutely insane how good we were. But we talked about this last week. If you haven't watched episode 2, go watch that now. We talked about the Summer League title last week. July 6, 2025, acquired Pat Connaughton and 2 second-round draft picks from Milwaukee in exchange for guard Vasa Micic. So we got Pat Connaughton. He's great. July 13th, 2025, signed Spencer Dinwiddie and Mason Plumlee. Both of those guys are wonderful players just in general. Okay, they're wonderful players in general. And we re-signed Trey Mann. Now, then July 15th, 2025, that's when we waived Josh Okogie. But you may be wondering, why did I just read all that? And we got Colin Sexton. I forgot to put that out there. We got Colin Sexton on June 29th. That's why I didn't say it. June 29th, because I was a little back. But, here's what I am going to kind of talk about here. Once again, like I said, will we improve? I don't see us not improving. Because we saw, okay, not much improvement record-wise, but we saw a tiny bit of, like, coaching improvements last season with the Charles Lee acquisition. And what I'm getting at here is that, did I say any of those guys are bad? No. And that isn't completely biased at all. If I could, I would go through and read every single one of those players' stats right now and prove it to you guys. All of them had a wonderful stat line, either in college or last year in the NBA. But I'm not going to, because that would probably take another hour. Searching it up, going through the entire stat line, talking about it, going through the entire stat line, talking about it, searching another up, going through the entire stat line, talking about it. But what I'm getting at here is that I don't see us going down because, number one, acquiring Colin Sexton to play alongside LaMelo Ball, Brandon Miller, Miles Bridges, all those guys, our top 3 guys already, and then also to play along those top 3 guys, Con Knippel, Liam McNeely, Sion James, and Ryan Cockburner. It's unbelievable how many good players I just listed, and I didn't even say all of them. Because not only that, but we also got Spencer Dinwiddie, who won 6, I don't want to say that for sure, but hold on, what awards has Spencer Dinwiddie won? If I'm correct, he also received the Chancey Billups MVP award at Colorado. So in college, he won MVP. That's pretty crazy. He won an NBA Skills Challenge champion. He was runner-up for 6th Man of the Year. He is a wonderful acquisition. Then Mason Plumlee is arguably better. And we have Trey Mann back. There is a ton of guys, who we can play this upcoming year. And I don't even know who to, truthfully, we're so in depth right now. Like, we've got so much depth from how good of an offseason we just had. And by the way, once again, also not biased saying we had a great offseason because Stephen A. Smith said it. Shams Charania said it. I said that wrong, I know, but he's the literally main analyst of the NBA. He said it. Every NBA analyst out there has said the Hornets had the best offseason in the league. And they're not even done, I don't think. I mean, I really don't think they are. I mean, and like I said, with that best offseason thing, they have got so much depth, so many players. It's just unbelievable because they... Sorry, I yawned. They don't... Here's how to put it this way. I don't know who they're going to play starting next year because of how much depth they do have. Because where are they going to put Colin Sexton when they already have LaMelo Ball, Brandon Miller, and Miles Bridges? Then we're going to put Colin Knippel and Liam McNeely and Zion James. If they already have, once again, those three, Brandon Miller, Miles Bridges, LaMelo Ball. Oh, where are they going to put them? Where are they going to put all these guys? But the weirdest part about it is that us being able to say that, where are they going to put these guys, is a good thing. We haven't been able to say that in years. Where are we going to put these people? That is not a normal Hornets sentence. It isn't. It is not a normal Hornets sentence to say, where are they going to put these people? Where are they going to go out and put them on the starting five? Or you can't put LaMelo Ball on the bench. You have to have him starting, but then where do you once again put Colin Sexton at? Do you put him at the 2 or the 3? No, Brandon Miller and Miles Bridges is there. So then where do you put Colin Knippel if Brandon Miller and Miles Bridges is there? Where do you put Colin Knippel, Colin Sexton, Zion James? Those are 3 guards that I just named. And Miles Bridges and Liam McNeely are also forwards. So you have 3 guards and 2 forwards that you have to put somewhere. It's unbelievable. And I don't know how they're going to do it. But considering how much depth they have, and once again, like I said, this is not a bad thing. I'm sounding like this is a bad thing. This is a really good thing. And that's why I'm about to come out on a limb and say hopefully, I'm not going to guarantee anything because, truth be told, I'm kind of mad at the Hornets right now. I mean, it's the Charlotte Hornets. So I'm not going to guarantee nothing. But considering the offseason we just had, I don't see us doing... I don't know. I think we could possibly have a not an undefeated season. I almost said an undefeated season. I think we could possibly have a winning record this year, above a .500, or maybe on the dot .500. But I think it's possible. I really do. So yeah. I think it is possible. I really do. I think it is possible. However, that's kind of all I have to say. So the question was at the beginning, will we improve? My answer is yes. Anyways, let's go and move on to the final segment. The Carolina Panthers.
And to wrap it all up, we'll trade the hardwood for the turf and check in on the Carolina Panthers, because there's always something to talk about in the NFL.
Today we're talking about breaking news, actually. Jadeveon Clowney and Josie Jewell. So we already knew Jadeveon Clowney left a while ago. Okay, we already knew that. Jadeveon Clowney left a while ago. We already knew that. We already knew that. However, breaking news, Josie Jewell, because of medical issues, is going to leave the team. He got cut because of medical issues. Josie Jewell was a part of the cut, so it wasn't mainly the Panthers. The Panthers, I think, actually wanted to keep him if they could, but it was kind of just he's kind of like not good to play football right now, so we are kind of forced to cut him. The problem with this is that it could really be bad. Okay? It really could for the defense. Because their plan when they cut Jadeveon Clowney was, we have Josie Jewell behind him. And Josie Jewell absolutely balled out last year, so we're good. Okay? We're good. Because, Josie Jewell is right there behind him. He's right there. We can just cut Jadeveon Clowney, give him his money, let him leave, and then put Josie Jewell at the first string. But then Josie Jewell gets a little unhealthy and has to come out. I don't think this is going to be absolutely detrimental, but I also don't think this is going to be not detrimental, if that makes sense. I think this could very well hurt the team extremely bad. Okay, it really could. It could hurt the team extremely bad. I mean, Jadeveon Clowney was wonderful. Josie Jewell was a little better. That's why our plan was to just play him. But then Josie Jewell has to leave. Who do we put there? Well, truthfully, now we're kind of just in a circle of trying to find out who we put in that spot. But the question is because we know those two guys play. So it's the D-line, and then right behind the D-line is kind of like where Josie Jewell and Jadeveon Clowney usually play. Either pushed up against the D-line, then they come back, pushed up against the D-line, they come forward, or just stay behind the D-line, come forward, or stay behind the D-line, come back. They're linebackers. They're not like linemen, but they're linebackers. So yes, I think it could be bad, but I guess the real question is, will the D-line be better? And will that help the fact that those two left? Okay. Will it help the fact that those two had to leave? My answer is yes. Okay. Because this is their defensive lineman group right now. Here it is. Hold on. Defensive lineman. This is their insane defensive lineman at the moment. Cam Jackson, selected in the 5th round. We drafted him. Princely, I'm going to pronounce this way wrong, but Uman Milan. Way wrong. It's actually really hard to say. Drafted in the 3rd round. Nick Scorton, drafted in the 2nd round. Then 2 free agent acquisitions, Tershawn Wharton and Bobby Brown III. Now, Tershawn Wharton was actually a Kansas City Chief and played in the Super Bowl last year. So we know how good he could be. We really do. We know how good he could be. And we're getting back the 2023 to 2024 sack leader, Derek Brown. I think just our D-line is going to be top 3 in the league next year. It was already, when Derek Brown was not injured last year, so the year before it basically, when Derek Brown, let's put it this way, Derek Brown in 23 to 24, he was good. And our problem was kind of not the linebacker room. Okay, it was, but it also kind of wasn't. And the fact that we have Trayvon Wallace. Okay? And Trayvon Wallace is also really good, and he actually plays in that position Jadeveon Clowney and Josie Jewell play. So truthfully, there are some helpful things the Panthers could do to fix this whole I almost said running back room. Respectfully, our running back room might be the best in the league next year. That's all I have to say about that. Rico Dowdle, insane. Chuba Hubbard already signed back to another contract, and he was the second best running back in the league last year. Yeah, no, our running back room's insane. That's besides the point. I accidentally said running back room. I just had to get that out the way. But Jadeveon Clowney and Josie Jewell leaving, yeah, it'll be horrible. But Trayvon Wallace, Derek Brown, Tershawn Wharton, Bobby Brown III, Nick Scorton coming in. I mean, all of these guys, they're going to help them out. They're going to help them out. And then if we have J.C. Horn back, who hopefully won't get injured. He actually didn't get injured last year as much, at least. I think he was out one game, which is great for the Panthers. And truth be told, I mean, it's going to be a great season if we don't focus on the fact that those two guys just left. Okay. If we don't focus on the fact that those two guys just left, we're going to be fine. Because I feel like also you got to take into account, I mean, it's a morale thing too. Like, if you focus clearly on the fact that Jadeveon Clowney and Josie Jewell left, yeah, that's kind of dumb to do. I mean, that's like getting in your head in the linebacker group, and then you're like, oh, we don't have them? We're going to do horrible this year. So you don't need to do that. You just need to throw it away. Take like a piece of paper and just throw it away. Just throw it away. Okay? Just throw it away. Just get that completely out of your head. Just get that whole entire scheme of Jadeveon Clowney and Josie Jewell leaving out of your head, and get the fact that you've got replacements, and Derek Brown's coming back, and Tershawn Wharton's coming, and Bobby Brown III's coming, and Trayvon Wallace is coming. Get that in your head. Okay. We're going to be fine, but once again, only if we don't focus on that fact. Only if we don't put it in our heads, oh man, we just got rid of them. However, that'll do it for episode 3. I am loving this series. I think I've said it the past 2 episodes at the end that I've loved this series, but I am really loving this series. I am going to continue this for as long as I can. Share it with friends. Please share it as much as you can. I need this podcast to get out to New York. Everyone in the world's going to know me one day. I just guaranteed that. But yeah, thanks for hanging out on the Buzz and Roar Show. If you want more sports stuff from Charlotte to anywhere else that throws a ball, check out my YouTube channel. Capital E, Ethan, capital T, the capital B broadcaster, Ethan the Broadcaster. And if you're already watching this on YouTube, welcome. You're in the right place. If you're listening somewhere else like Spotify, go and hit subscribe on YouTube too. It's like the same thing, but with more visuals and less background noise. Anyways, hit subscribe so you don't miss out. Or don't. I'm not your boss, or your dad, or your mom. I can't force you. I would love it, though. And I guess, see you next time on the Buzz and Roar Show. Let's hit it. Goodbye. Episode 4 coming out next week.
Thanks for listening to Buzz and Roar. We talk about sports, all kinds of sports. If you like the show, hit subscribe or follow. We'll be back soon with more stuff to share. Thanks again, and see you next time.